What is going on, everybody? I am Chris, the striping guy, and today we have a very special guest. We have Casey Newman from Newstripe. Casey, how you doing today?
Good. How you doing?
Doing real good, man. We've been talking about doing this collab for, I think, a month now, so I'm super excited. We have a lot to talk about, and I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. No problem. And I'm super excited about it. Got done working the machine out a little bit. The 4250 had a lot of good feedback from some of the people that are in my audience talking about it. So I'm sure we'll get more into that. But first, if I could say it like this, tell us more about Newstripe and specifically how you guys work together with striping companies.
Yeah, so I'll start at the beginning. We've been manufacturing and selling line striping equipment right here in Aurora, Colorado since 1981, so a little over 40 years now. It was actually my dad who started manufacturing and selling the equipment out of his garage, and since then we've continued to grow, but we've never really lost sight of that small business mentality. Like all manufacturers at the time, we started with a low pressure machine off to a high pressure machine that I'm sure your viewers are very familiar with. Um, and we still manufacture some low pressure machines, but now those are only for athletic fields. We're solely focused on high pressure machines for pavement. Um, a huge part why we're able to grow as a company and thrive is because of interacting with our customers. We really take what they have to say about our products and we develop them. And I like to give the example. If one of our customers has an idea about our machine, because we are a smaller manufacturer, we can take that idea and bring it to our R&D team. We won't just say, hey, no, we're, $1 billion company. We take that idea, we roll with it. And if it develops into something nice, we give that say it's an accessory, we give that accessory to the customer and see what they think of it. And so really we'd like to develop with our customers. We utilize their expertise, their knowledge, and the ever growing business that is the line striping world to always make a better product. So, and because of that, as it stands now, we have thousands of pavement striping companies as customers all over the country, and that number continues to grow. And of course, I should note too, we do also make our own stencils that we utilize a proprietary formula for that come with a lifetime warranty. So we try to touch all of our customers' needs and do whatever it takes to make them happy. And we also utilize their expertise to continue to grow the business. So it's a very joint it's a joint venture really for us and our customers. We like to grow with them and make sure that they grow too.
Yeah, for sure. I'll tell you this, before we keep going, you guys, we're going to do a little bit of a Q&A. And so if you have any questions for Casey, who is from Newstripe, feel free to drop them in the chat and we will get to them. Brandon Fayard, I know Brandon got a 4250 from you guys.
Yeah, I know Brandon.
Yeah. Brandon's my guy. So, and Brandon says great company and been a great service. So if you have any questions or anything like that, drop them in the chat for Casey and we will try to get to them throughout this video. And one thing I want to touch on that you said that I thought was super fascinating is the fact that you guys offer a lifetime warranty on your stencils. And you hear this quite often that HDPE, it's super durable, doesn't fall apart, doesn't crack, doesn't snap or break, anything like that. And HDPE does snap and it does break, and you might not have it for years and years and years like everybody tries to say. So the fact that you guys offer a lifetime warranty on the stencils is super phenomenal. Can you kind of talk about that? I mean, do you guys cut all handicaps only or just fire lane, or do you cut any stencil that anybody could ever need?
Yeah, for the most part, we have a huge catalog of the basics. Handicap, fire lane, no parking, visitor, yada yada. But we also will do custom words and custom logos. We work with customers all the time doing custom stuff. And yeah, they do have the lifetime warranty, and we're able to do that because we do have a special formula. Essentially, what I tell people is it won't crack or break on you, and if it does, we'll replace it. Just send us a picture. So we're very unique in that regards. We're the only people, as far as I know, that offer that.
I don't know anybody that offers a lifetime warranty on stencils. As a matter of fact, I placed a rather large stencil order, and after I got done using them, and then I thought in the back of my mind, my goodness, they have a lifetime warranty on the stencils. And
Mhm.
I'm already experiencing some problems. And now it makes me think, well, you know what? I should have just got my stencils through them because of that proprietary technology and stuff like that. So I think that it is super cool. And now let me ask you this: in your from your perspective, what would be something that sets Newstripe apart from other big manufacturers?
Yeah, so as I mentioned earlier, we do really connect intimately with our customers. So as a manufacturer, we cut everything here in house, and our metal and our stencils, and with the metal and specifically, we cut the metal, bend the metal, weld the metal, paint it, and then assemble it all together. So we have immense quality control over each product that goes out the door. And then, as I was saying, we do work really closely with our customers. So it is an intimate relationship, and which helps us take care of their needs on a much more personal basis. And ultimately, we can also help make sure that their business strives. So we like to see somebody who's new to the business come in, and then we also like to help them out along the way, make sure that it's going smoothly, that they're not left in the dust. Starting a new business can be scary, so we understand that very intimately here, and we work very closely with our customers to make sure that goes as smoothly as possible. And that's one of the things, as a smaller manufacturer who does make everything in the USA, that we can make sure they are successful in their endeavors.
100%. Yeah. We got this question in from Line Painting Academy. We still have to do our collab. Don't worry, I haven't forgot. I know you've been busy, and I'm glad to hear that that everything's been going good. But Line Painting Academy, we have a collab coming up. Haven't forgot about it. But he says, what stencil material do you use? LDPE or HDPE, or is it another plastic? So is it an HDPE with a proprietary blend, or are you able to talk about that?
Yeah, I can talk about it a little bit. It's an LDPE version of plastic. Again, it is proprietary, so there is a special formula. So it remains incredibly strong over its lifetime, but remains flexible. One of the benefits of that type of plastic. But we do have a special blend that is extra strong, and that's why we're able to give that lifetime warranty. So it is an LDPE. It's a version of the LDPE, but that's about as far as I can go into.
Yeah. Yeah, I do want to say this one thing that is super fascinating about you guys. Not only do you have for a lifetime warranty on your stencils, but something else that is honestly absolutely amazing to me is the fact that you had touched on it previous in my last question when you talked about your R&D team. And that was one of the things that I found super interesting, is that whenever I first navigated with the 4250, there were a lot of things that I
Yeah.
liked about it. And then the fact that I could submit those ideas through the R&D team and say, hey, if you guys would just consider doing this, it might help you in these other areas. And the fact that,
Mhm.
and not only that, but you as the company stayed in contact with me. I mean, I found it super impressive that you sent me an email back a few weeks later, said, hey, R&D got the request. We're working on it. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. Can you speak to that? I mean, is that going to be something that is going to be released soon? And then if so, is there an upgrade arm for people who have already got let's say a 4250?
Absolutely. So, yeah, what you suggested, that we move the gun forward on the machine, and I thought that made a whole bunch of sense. So we took that to the R&D team, and I appreciate you for that suggestion. And that's the kind of stuff that we're always looking for from our customers. And the very first thing we're going to do once we get that, anybody who wants one, we'll send one out for them. So anybody who's already bought one, will retroactively get that for them, and we'll upgrade it on future machines going forward. So we're always trying to innovate, and we don't want people to feel like if they buy a machine, they're left in the dust. So anytime we make progress on that, something smaller like that, yeah, absolutely, we're going to make sure people are taken care of.
100%. Yeah, I love it. I'm for real. I love it. And Line Painting Academy says, awesome. Thank you for answering that question. Sounds like a great product. Yeah, man, it is a great product. And later on, towards the end of this live, Casey is going to tell you guys how you can find more information out in regards to their products, because they have a lot of good products that are out there. Now, I'll say this, and this is another thing in what makes, personally, in my opinion, what makes you guys a lot different from other companies, right? Because you guys do something that is specifically interesting that other companies do not do. And that is the fact that you are still direct to consumer. Now, I know you sell in other avenues, but what makes you guys so interesting and keeping that intimate connection with your customers is the fact that you are direct to consumer. So let me ask you that. Why does Newstripe still sell direct to consumer unlike other people?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and obviously when we started, we had to sell direct to consumer because we were really small, and it was 1980, and that's what you had to do. And over time, we've brought on dealers, and we brought on a lot of different marketing streams, or market streams. But ultimately, we find that a lot of people like to buy directly from the dealer. So we keep ourselves right there with them. I should note that it doesn't matter where you buy it, whether it's from us directly or through one of our dealers, you don't lose that intimate relationship that I was talking about earlier that we provide to our customers. Ultimately, no matter where you go, you can call us, you can work with us, and we're happy to work with you. But we do keep the direct to consumer avenue because we find a lot of people just feel a lot more comfortable working with us throughout the whole process, and we're happy to do that for them.
Yeah, 100%. And, I'm just, it's super exciting because one of the things that I look for in a company, specific names, right? Just because somebody says that this brand is the best brand to go to, I really like to look at, for example, reviews. I mean, you guys have a phenomenal rating on Trustpilot. You have a lot of reviews there where your customers are giving a lot of detailed feedback in regards to your products and services and customer service. And they have wonderful things to say about Newstripe, and specifically, even in people in the Discord chat who did pick up a 4250. I mean,
Thank you, by the way. Thank you.
Yeah. No, yeah, nothing but good. I mean, I have people that post in the chat. I think there's like 4 people I'm thinking about right now. I know Brandon got one, but there are a couple of people that posted in the chat after using that machine, and they're like, "Hey, super excited about it." And one of the things that I highlighted about it was the fact that, especially when people talk about getting started, a lot of people are limited on a strict budget. And I get those questions all the time. They're like, should I start with a Titan 850 or should I start with a Newstripe 4250? And all the time, I'm always saying Newstripe 4250 because you're not going to be limited to just using latex traffic paint. You can use solvent paint with it as well. So for somebody to get in the industry on a budget that doesn't have a lot of money to work with, not only are they working with you directly, but they have a phenomenal product that's going to allow them to get started on a smaller budget, grow in the meantime. And not only that, but as their business grows, that customer interaction and intimacy remains still. As long as they grow, they're going to grow with you guys, and it's
Absolutely.
super awesome.
Well, and let me just add on that, for example, the 4250, it's a great intro level machine, but it's robust. And what you'll find as you grow and you buy other equipment, that machine will stay with you the whole time. So you'll get to use that machine, whether it becomes just the backup or smaller job machine. That machine will last. And that's how we design our products. I always joke. I shouldn't joke, but our our lead engineer here, he was in the Navy, and he worked on fighter jets. And he was a welder for fighter jets, and you can tell by our equipment that the guy who made it worked on fighter jets, because it, you could probably send that thing 1,000 feet in the air and it won't break. And so we, yeah, our equipment in the 4250, even though being an entry level machine, it's awesome. And in my opinion, obviously I'm biased, it is the best entry level striper there is for bang for buck.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, when you guys sent me one just to demo it out, I mean, I've used an 850 and I've used a 4250, and just from using the 4250, I mean, it's almost like it runs a lot smoother than the 850. And what it does, really, essentially, it allows somebody, because when you see YouTube videos about people using big machines, landing big jobs, and you want to get started in the industry, it seems kind of daunting, because you're like, man, I don't have 12 grand to get started. Whenever I first got started, I most definitely didn't have a lot of money to get started with. And people kind of know my story, how that I had to essentially take out a loan on a business loan to get that machine, to get started, and then kind of build up from there. And I wish that and this is the thing, this is what I try to tell people too. Like, when I got started, I wish that there was an avenue where I could see information in relation to the products, right? Because there's tons of information out there about the 850, but there's not that much information out there on the internet about the 4250. That's why I was
Right.
super excited about the partnership, because it was like, now people have access to getting this information that's going to help them get started and then grow from there. And just like you said, I mean, even after you upgrade, right? Let's say you upgrade, what's the bigger model from a 4250?
You have our 4400 and a 4600 SP, the self-propelled.
Okay, so you start off with a 4250, you grow and you get a SP model, and then you got your stencil machine. I mean, so
Yep.
it's not like, it's not like you're just stuck, and then once you have this machine, you're not able to grow. But I mean, man, get a couple 4250s for a stencil machine, and then there you go. I mean, as you
Absolutely.
keep growing and getting bigger.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah, 100%. So, and we talked about that. We talked about the lifetime warranty on the stencils, and then we talked about being direct to consumer. Now, you and I I'm kind of improvising a little bit, because I see that there are some questions here, but you and I had originally, we had connected through your marketing director, and essentially we were going to talk about some collaboration ideas. And whenever we did that, we essentially put the 4250, as far as on the internet realm, we put it on YouTube, and I seen that the video got a couple videos, both videos got a little bit of traction. What would you say, I mean, for the people that bought Brandon got one, and how would you say that your interaction with Brandon was whenever you were dealing with him? Do you remember him personally?
Yeah, of course I remember. And yeah, you got some great viewers. I mean, he was super nice. It was really fun, in my opinion. I love people who are new to the business, helping them out and getting them comfortable and directing them in the right direction. Um, so yeah, it was a great experience for me. So, and I encourage any of your viewers, when we're done here, feel free to give me a call. I'm happy to talk business and try to get you set up or answer any questions that we don't answer here today. But I thought it was great. I thought what you've done is what you're doing for the industry is great. I think it's a good service, and there's a lot of people out there who have a lot of questions. So I really respect what you're doing.
Yeah. 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 I really appreciate that. Now, if I could just ask, I mean, some personal questions, because if you don't mind, I mean, now, one of the wonderful things about, that intimate connection, being able to talk with people, what would you say? I mean, what is Casey passionate about? I mean, what would you say? I mean, if you're doing some self-examination, and you kind of touched on a little bit about helping people get started, but in relation to Newstripe's advancement and people that it reaches, what would you say that Casey is the most passionate about?
That's a good question. That it really is. I'm driven towards Newstripe, and for me, one of the biggest things as my role has continued to grow here, and as we continue to grow, and we bring in new people, our team is awesome. But the way we make them awesome is getting them educated and as passionate about striping as we are. And so what I'm really passionate about, as much as I'm passionate about the customers, but also getting our team passionate. And I'm sure some of you guys have already talked to some of our other team members here, and they're all super educated. So just getting everyone as into it as I am. It sounds kind of cheesy, but like, I just, I'm all things Newstripe, and I just want people to see how awesome our products are. So I guess I'm just passionate about Newstripe.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I mean, I'm telling you what, I've largely my demographic for my viewers, is people that are wanting to get into the industry. And, the fact that, I mean, with other companies, I mean, think about this for a second, guys, for you guys that are watching this video right now, you've got, what's your title, Casey? Executive director?
Executive director.
Yeah, I seen that. Didn't you just get promoted not too long ago? I mean, isn't this kind of
a
new role?
Yeah, it was like 8 months ago or so.
Yeah. So I mean, the guys, for y'all that are going to watch this video, I mean, to see the level of dedication that this company has in relation to servicing its customers, when its executive director gets on a YouTube live for people that are interested in getting started. He's on a YouTube live telling you guys, if you need help getting started, whatever you need, reach out to me. Let's get it done. Whatever we can do to accommodate your needs. I can promise you this. With all these other companies, especially these manufacturing companies that are out there, you're not going to find this anywhere else, that an executive director of a manufacturing company says, hey, reach out to me. Let's accommodate your needs. We're passionate about customer service. We want to see you succeed. We want to make sure that we help you begin your journey in getting started. We want to make sure that this is possible for you, and we want to be a part of it. Casey, what's your number? I mean, if people want to reach out to you, what's your cell phone number or your
Absolutely.
office number?
So I'll give the office number, because that's often the best way to get me. 720-343-2917.
720-343-2917. And so that's your direct line at the office. Is there an extension?
Yeah, and I'm glued to this guy. So even if I'm away from my desk, I'll hear you.
Yeah. I mean, how cool is that? Like that's another thing, especially whenever I talk to people, I'll have people that'll call me all the time. And I mean, that's one of the highlights. And really, whenever like a content creator like me, right? Whenever a creator becomes passionate about a product because they see how they interact with other people. And what that does is that gets people like me excited, because obviously I want people to get in the industry, because I don't want somebody to be stuck at a dead-end job with, you know what I mean? With a dead-end job, no future. They're working for someone else. They're making $10 an hour. They're stuck in the day-to-day grind. And so I'm passionate about helping people get started. And so being able to team up with a company like y'all, where y'all are passionate about the same exact things, is super exciting for me. And really, it just it's super, super awesome. Let me ask you this: if the viewers that are watching here today, anybody that's going to watch this video, my subscribers, if they're interested in Newstripe, what's the best way they can find you or get in contact with you?
Yeah. So the best place, I recommend definitely checking out our website, newstripe.com. Get familiar with the products. We've also created some promotions for your viewers. Right now, if you use Striping Guide 2024, you can save 10% off of equipment and stencils. So go crazy. Whatever it is you want, you can get 10% off everything. And I should also note right now, we are we just started this. If somebody has a machine out there, they want to send us a picture of them using the machine or a video, we're always happy to send. We'll feature you first, I should mention, on our social media channels, like Facebook and Instagram, and we'll promote your company, but we'll also send you some swag. So, but yeah, check us out at newstripe.com. Make sure to use Striping Guide 2024, get your 10% off.
All right, great. And that's what was that? So I see the promotional code now. That's striping guy 2024. So is that like custom stencils, or is it like a stencil kit, or 4250?
Custom
What are the
stencils.
limitations?
Yeah, custom stencils. You have to call us to get custom stencils, and we can always try to extend you 10%. It's always a case by case basis, depending on the difficulty. Word stencils are super easy, but any of our standard stencils, which again, there's a plethora. You check out the website. We have a huge catalog, and if there's something that you need that's not on the website, I encourage you to give us a call, because there's a good chance we may have it and it just didn't make it to the website, because there's as you guys know, there's a lot of stencils out there. And then all equipment, equipment and accessories. So anything that you need to get started, 10% off right off the bat. And we also, I should know, if anybody needs financing, we just started with a financing company. So just one way to make it easier. We're always looking to make it easier for people getting started.
Yeah, financing. I mean, so which is it's just awesome. I mean, that's how I got started. I had to get started,
Yeah.
and because I didn't have enough money available, and so I had to do that. I had to take out a loan. So Brandon says this, Casey. He says, when will the upgraded gun arm be available?
It's a good question, Brandon. We're looking sometime new year. I know they got some prototypes out there right now. I'm pretty hopeful that it'll be January, but it could be February. And I will make a special note right now for you, Brandon, to give you a buzz when that does come out, and I'll send you one. But it's going to be about January or February.
January, February, and that is to extend the gun arm. That way, if there's a stop block or something like that, they can kind of get past it. Are there some sort of dimensions? I mean, like, like how far are they going to have the option? Let's say, I don't know, kind of like how the gun rack goes in. Are they going to have any kind of option to say extend it 6 inches or another foot, or is it just going to be one extension on it? Is it kind of going to be adjustable?
It's a good question. So as it looks right now, it's going to be a set position, extended forward or backward. And just to give a little history here, the reason we always liked it closer to the wheel and was for stability and for field striping. We found that we could have a more universal machine, but as we've grown, and the pavement industry is just getting, our pavement customers, we really want to get them something, and we've actually been talking about something similar for the last few months, even before you suggested it. So I forgot where I was going with that, but ultimately I think it's going to be about maybe 4 or 6 inches in front of the machine. I'll know for sure, and I'm happy to send you some stuff if you want to. I don't know if you can put it on your channel or something. A community note is a new idea, but we'll definitely make sure it's available. We'll be posting it on our social media and everything.
100%. Yeah. I mean, no, 100. Just let me know, and then I can do a community post. Let me ask you this, if you don't mind. I mean, I know we had our itinerary, but we're jamming now. So look, okay,
itineraries are boring.
Yeah, I know. So look, let me ask you this. I mean, I was thinking about the forward gun. Is there going to be anything? And if you can't tell us, I understand. You have research and development and kind of things are secret. I understand that. So, but is that now with that forward gun extension, are we going to be able to turn that gun handle to spray curbs a lot easier? Is that? I mean, can you talk about that? I mean, is that in the works?
Sure. Yeah. So as it stands right now, I don't think it's going to come innately with that. I don't think it's going to come fixed. We don't know for sure. That's definitely something that we're talking about doing. We do have some kind of another prototype that we have for curbs that was already a separate project. And if anybody who already has one wants to test it out, let us know. I'm always happy to send it for free. Well, not for free, for feedback.
Yeah.
But as it stands now, I'm not 100% sure. But I think it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Now, let me ask you this, because we're starting to get the questions coming in. More people are hopping in the chat, and that's usually how it goes with the live stream. If you guys are just now hopping in the live stream, I encourage you to go back and listen to Newstripe, where they talk about their company culture and machines and development, and the lifetime warranty on the stencils. Go back and rewatch this video. Thanks for coming in the live. But if you're just hopping in the live right now, feel free, because if you want to get questions answered, now is the time to get questions answered in relation to Newstripe and their products. Brandon said, any new machines or products in 2025 that you can talk about?
I'm trying to remember what our R&D list is. There are, but the main thing are upgrades on equipment. So there's nothing, no big overhaul of machines coming out in 2025, but we do have some accessories that we're going to test out and upgrades. And just, I shouldn't call them upgrades because they're going to be part of the machine. So it's more of an evolution. So no new equipment, but there will be some accessories, and our marketing has gotten a lot better, and so we're going to be posting those when they come out. So keep an eye out on our Facebook and our Facebook and LinkedIn, and I think we have an Instagram too.
Yep, you have an Instagram.
Yeah,
I encourage you guys.
I'm not the biggest social media guy.
Yeah, no, it's all right. So if you guys are watching this right now, go find Newstripe on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Follow all their social media platforms. Be on the lookout for all of the cool things that are going to be releasing here in the future. And we're super excited about it. We have this question, and as long as you guys keep pumping in questions in the chat, we will keep reading them. I got this question from Abolitionist. It says, do all the types or machines, he commented and said, do all the machines. Casey, do all the machines run both water-based and solvent-based paint?
Yes. Yeah, they do all run both. We made a change a few years ago to make sure that happened. Essentially, our main thing that was holding it back the most, specifically for the 4250, was it didn't have a solvent resistant hose. So I think in 2017 we made that change, and ever since then, it does both solvent and water based.
Now, was there a reason for that? I mean, if you don't mind me asking, and if you have to go, don't let me hold you up. But was there a reason? Was there a reason? I mean, was it like, did you originally start with one kind of paint, or did you just have the foresight and go, we're going to make sure this is available for our customers right now? That way we don't run into any issues. Was it always available, or did it develop over time?
It developed over time. So we got into the airless game around 2011, because we saw that that's where pretty much the big guys were taking it, and everyone was getting comfortable with the airless machines. Before that, it was all low pressure, the old hand pump systems. And we saw that paint was primarily water based when we were. Well, I think that's why they went with that, but ultimately over time we had some customer feedback saying like, "Hey, I'd really like to use a solvent based paint." So we looked at it as like, well, why don't we just get a solvent resistant hose? And that's all it took. So again, another customer feedback that we take, and that's a big thing too with us, is because we are smaller, we can make changes on the fly more frequently. A lot of the bigger companies wait till the end of the year and they roll out a brand new machine. We'll make the changes on the fly, and we'll make sure those customers are taken care of. So ultimately it was customer feedback that had us change it to the solvent resistant hose, and the rest is history.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, I got one more question for you. I was just sitting here thinking as we're doing this live stream. I know you're a busy guy, but I'm having a lot of questions coming to my mind. But can you tell me a little bit? I mean, because I'm sure that this is going to be asked later on. But what makes the pump mechanism? Like, is the 4250, is it a piston pump? Is it a sealed hydraulic fluid pump, or is it what makes that pump a lot more unique, as you could say, or as opposed to other manufacturers?
Yeah, so our pump is actually a diaphragm pump, and so one of the big benefits of a diaphragm pump is, instead of having all those really difficult packings and seals to get to, all the valves are exposed, and you just need a wrench to swap out any of the of the valve, so you don't have to deal with those tiny packings that I know I've heard can be frustrating to replace. So that's the big benefit. In fact, it was, we started doing it in 2012. We partnered with a company called Campbell Hausfeld, who I'm sure some of the listeners are familiar with. They're a big wall spraying company, or they're a big they're a big pump. They were a big pump company. Obviously, they went out of business, and when they started going out of business, we actually bought all their equipment to make the airless pumps, and so we just continued from there. And it became such a big and popular thing that Titan even copied it. The Titan 8 or 3500. That's their version of our pump essentially. So it wasn't until we started doing the diaphragm pump that they decided to do that. But yeah, it's just, it's easy to work on, easy to swap out parts, easy to diagnose. So that's one of the big benefits of the diaphragm pumps.
Awesome. Now let me ask you this. We have a question. Striping with Bill says, what's the typical lifespan of a diaphragm pump? So if let's just say we're striping every day with the machine, you know what I mean? We're striping every single day. And how long is that diaphragm pump going to last, you think? I mean,
sure.
I understand that it's not, you know what I mean? This is kind of speculation.
Yeah, it's not exact science.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's a good question. It's not an exact science, and obviously there's a lot of variables. Really, we see if you're using it every day, a decent amount, about 5 years before the irreplaceable components start to go out. But the more common stuff, obviously, you always got wear parts. So about 2,000 to 5,000 gallons is where you see this, some of the wear parts. But the pump in its entirety, about 5 years.
Awesome. And then one more question.
Yeah.
One more question. Bill says also, what kind of warranty does it have? Does it have any kind of special warranty on it or anything like that?
On the machine in general, or
on the pump?
Yeah, the pump, it's a standard year warranty. But what I always encourage people to do is, minus wear parts, kind of a standard warranty. But if you ever think something is warranty, or you don't feel like something is going right, you give us a call and we'll make sure you're taken care of. So it's a year warranty, but if you feel like something, it just doesn't feel right, you just give us a call and we'll get you up and running, whatever that takes. So yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, Mr. Casey, we really, really do appreciate you coming on the channel. It's always a joy and a pleasure to have a conversation with you guys. One more thing, if you guys are you're interested in a Newstripe machine, there is a promotion code, and give him a call. I mean, give Casey a call and then tell him what you want to order. Ask him if the promotional code works for you. It is Striping Guy 2024. What I'm going to do is post this in the chat. So if you guys are interested in getting started, or, if you already have a machine, and you just want a stencil machine, or you're just like, what, I'm kind of interested in what the 4250, kind of just to see how it works and operates. The promo code is Striping Guy 2024. So if you want a stencil kit or machines or whatever the case may be, give Newstripe a call, holler at Casey, and then ask him what that promo code entails. But anyways, guys, I'm Chris the Striping Guy. I'm here with Casey from Newstripe, and this has been an interview letting you guys know more about the company Newstripe. Casey,
appreciate it.
Coming on.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, y'all. Later.
Bye.